Guys, we're finally getting this transfer drive off this old 570 John Deere road grader. This is the end that was leaking, was the top side of it. We'll pull that one off first. Looks like we got some pusher holes here. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm sure this is going to be shimmed. No, there's really not too much to it, really. You just got a seal right here, and this seal here is the one that was leaking. What's the shaft look like where it sits? Should be an O-ring around it too. I got a new O-ring and I got a new seal. Bearings look okay. It's a pretty simple setup. It's just a gear train transferring the basically taking it's kind of like a, what do you call it, the linear transmissions on the power shifts, unlike some of the loaders. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but it's not in line, it's taking it and it's going down. I don't know if I've got the right terminology there, but I am seeing this though. What the hell did that chunk of metal come from? I don't think it would be this. The bearings all look good, but the bearing on this end, I don't see any problem there. Well, we'll get the sack there with the seals and the O-ring in it, and we'll just pop that in there. And I don't think this will be too bad to do. So let's get this O-ring off of here. The O-ring's pretty hard, so that might have been where it was leaking. Not sure. It's a seal or the seal right on the shaft looks pretty good. It's not grooved. I'm not sure if I got the right O-ring or not here. That's packing. That's for something else. Alright, should be something like that. Yeah, that should be the one. That's the one. We'll have to lube her up real good. Let's see what seal I got here now. Okay, I think this is the only one. I think the bottom seal is a little different. Yeah, okay. And which way is the lip going? This is actually a little bit better seal. It's supposed to be an updated seal. It's a double lip seal. The other one's just an old single lip seal. And it looks like that seal has to come in the other way. Punch and knock it out of there. Whoa, stay still there, buddy. Gotta go that way. There she goes. Okay, so there's our seal. Some new coveralls. The linen outfit got me in there more than big enough. Get a okay. Trying to get the right. That's not even the right seal. That ain't right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might be in trouble here. It kind of looks like we're in trouble here. Son of a gun. Dadgummit. That seal is wrong. It's too small. Son of a gun. Golly. I wonder if Napa has got a seal. So this seal here, is that right for that one? I wonder how they got that wrong. Well, we both, me and the parts guy, looked it up. So it appears this one here is right. That's the right seal for that one. Well, son of a gun, the one that's leaking is wrong though. Let me get calipers, measure the shaft OD, and measure the OD on the seal. That'll give me the seal ID and the yeah, and the seal OD. So, son of a gun. Okay, so Napa has a seal. I took my calipers. And you're measuring these, I know, for new guys here that not very experienced. If you don't got a number, if you can get your calipers on the OD of the shaft where the seal right is, and you want to get that'll give you your ID, your seal, and then you want to measure the OD of the seal, and it's good to measure the OD of the seal, and then also measure, if you can get your calipers down in the recess where the seal sealing surface is on the OD here, it's good to measure both of them and get a little closer idea, and then measure the thickness of the seal. But anyway, I guess for right now I'll throw this back on here because we're going to be putting this one together in the field. Let's see, the top is right there. Just kind of half-ass. Why is that? I'm not going together. Oh, top. Top, you moron. stick a couple bolts in it for now. We'll pop it back off when we get there. I'm going to go ahead and reseal this in. This one looks to be correct. There must be something different with serial number or something on this thing that we got it wrong. I had the serial number, and we did the serial number breaks and everything, and I don't know, we still managed to screw it up. So there's a pusher hole there. There we go. From what I'm seeing, the bearings and everything on this end look really good. Alright, so this seal looks to be correct. I had a pick here somewhere. Wish my bumper on my service truck sometimes is a little bit bigger. Never can seem to have enough room. These are the two old O-rings. Okay, punch. Did we do good on this one? I think we did good on this one here. All right. Okay. It was pretty much flush. Well, there ain't much to that. Squared up in there. I need to lube that O-ring up a little bit. What we can do is just take our finger and dip it down in here in this clean oil here. Lube her up real good. Get our shims to where the holes line up again. Careful with that lip, that seal. And I'll probably just torque these down to 35 foot-pounds. These are usually what a 3/8 bolt are torqued to. 30, 35 foot-pounds, somewhere in that neighborhood. Okay, let me torque these down. I'm gonna torque these at 35 foot-pounds. Then I guess we'll load her up and we'll head over to Tianesta. And Napa is on the way over there. And then we'll just have to put this seal in over here. I'm gonna take this old one that I knocked out, whatever I did with it, walk into the store and make sure that things look similar as far as measurement wise. Well, it's kind of nice coming up here on a Saturday. Nobody's running, you don't have to call out markers. I came up here to tear it apart that one day, and there's two outfits here. There's one called Glass Mountain, one called Calstone. Well, those Glass Mountain, they've got some Jippo belly dumps. Jippo drivers driving their own trucks, hauling their pumice down the mountain. And Calstone told me to just wait, follow them up, and then wait when you're coming down, follow one down. Well, I could not believe those guys were going up this probably 50, 55 miles an hour. And I finally just backed out of it, and I called the one guy on the radio and said, look, dude, I'll call my markers out and I'll just kind of slow down behind you. I'm not going to tear my truck up. You know, I just couldn't believe the road. They must have graded it since then, but it had some pretty good rust spots in it, and it ain't too bad going up the hill, but if you come down the hill, I followed the one guy, I started following him down the hill, and I said, he's going to roll that truck. You know, and that happened here a couple years ago. They had a kid up here, and he come down the mountain too fast, rolled the truck and trailer. That's, you know, you don't need that kind of stuff happening, because then MSHA's going to get involved, and they're going to crash down on everybody's parade. So that's what happens. It's always somebody that ruins it for everyone, because they can't, you know, to me, when you're driving like that with your equipment, you're not really gaining anything. Say, I don't know what they haul for loads, but let's say if you're trying to haul 5 loads a day with your truck, and you've got to do 50 miles an hour and just tear the living shit out of it, well, then you're broke down for 3 days working on it. When you should have hauled, you know, 3 loads a day and took it easy and ran all week. That's the way I look at it, but I don't know, some guys look at things another way. And then you're not spending money on parts and downtime, and anyhow, I don't, you know, like this truck here, it's kind of the lifeline for my business and my livelihood. I have to take care of it. Yeah, it gets really dirty, but I keep my oil changed, I keep it greased, I try to fix things as I go along, and I try not to drive it to where I'm just tearing the shit out of it. Because there's a lot of people that are dependent on me every day to be there to fix their equipment, and I don't need to be broke down all the time. Which reminds me, I need to, tomorrow's Sunday, so tomorrow I'll probably be spending the whole day greasing this thing and changing the oil. It's about due. bootleg far over there by Lakeviews up to, it's burned over 400,000 acres now. That one there is going to burn until it either runs out of fuel or till the snow flies. One of the two. They ain't putting that one out. It's so dry and been so hot here that, I mean, it's just a tinderbox. It really is. I tell you, when you're out in the woods like this, you really got to watch what you're doing. You know, I was out working on a cat in the woods the other day, and I had to use my cutting torch. I had to roll everything up and go find me a big clear spot where there was nothing but pretty much dirt, you know, where I could cut that plate out like I wanted to, because, I mean, you right out there on them pine needles, man, you're asking for it. Well, we're 11 there. I think it was 11 there. We got about another marker to go and we'll be at the grader. Okay, so Napa had the seal, and I actually got thinking, I thought, you know, what's sealing these shafts up right here? There's got to be an O-ring or something there, and actually I went and got 2 O-rings from Deere. I think I might be able to do something here constructive. Just put our new seal in. Sure looks to be the same there. How about that? Seems to be okay, and it fits in there. Okay, good deal. And how do these shafts here come out of there to where a guy can change this O-ring on the end of this shaft right here? Well, I guess we'll get the seal in first. You've got to put these seals in backwards. It's hard to get them in without screwing them up sometimes. So what I'm going to do here is I'll put the bolt back in this and just enough. I'm just going to go out enough so I can get the O-ring off of it. That's my idea here. Get a pick and then just push it back in there. I think I'm going to be glad I did this, because this thing looks like it's really hard and brittle. Oh yeah. Really hard. This is probably where it was leaking, more than likely. Should have brought my damn stool with me. Let's go. I need to come out a ways and let it back down where I can reach it a little better. There, that's a little better. There it goes. Yeah, I bet you that was where it was leaking. They actually had a couple of these O-rings in stock, and they look like the right size. rubber mallet. Okay, I'll have to pull the other side back out, which is no big deal. But shaft back in there. I don't know if you can see anything there or not. Corner down there, I guess. Okay, does it turn freely? Well, let's pop the other end back off. We need to change that O-ring on that other one. Butterfingers. Okay, same song and dance on this one. There's a bolt that goes through the back side of this cover and it holds the shaft in. What I did is I just threaded the bolt out and just tapped the shaft through. Almost. Oh, I can't get that. Okay. Now we can get that O-ring off there. This shaft here's trying to come clear out of there. I don't really want to do that. Ah, look at that. It just shoved herself right back down in. Dirty son of a gun. Get up underneath it. Man, the monkey screwing a football. There we go. This one doesn't seem to be as hard as that other one. Okay. Whoa. I think I finally got it to spine up on both ends. Tight on those dowels. So let's take maybe a couple bolts up on top. washer on, pull it back off. Guess there wasn't a flat washer on this. Easy here. Other side. Seems to be going together. I go all the way up with that. Let's get all these other bolts started in here. I should be able to let off on the crane now. Before we get too carried away, let's make sure all these bolts are going to start in here. Yeah, they must have had clutches in these older graders, and this one was, see the cross shaft hole for the clutch fork. Everything should line up because it's doweled, you know. I mean, you would think it would all line up like it's supposed to, being there's dowels in the transmission down there to line everything up. Okay, so there's a bunch of 1/2-inch bolts on the bottom. Okay, so now let me put all the big 3/4-inch bolts in it. Now I gotta remember there's a bunch that go in here. Hopefully we don't get anything mixed up. So one of these great big long ones actually goes through here. So we don't need a lock washer on that. That is a nylock nut. And does that support that bumper too? I don't remember. Yeah, it does. Okay. So don't put the nuts on those yet. Two long ones. Oh, you get so many things torn apart and then you can't remember what you did and all that good stuff. So just gotta get this one bolt shoved back through. Alright. Well, let's, I think I can back these back off now and put the lock washers on. Horse flies. Bastards. I kind of wanted to get up here earlier than I did, but it didn't work out that way. So that one's on there, so we gotta back this one here off. Lock washer on there. Alright. Okay. How did I do this? What are you doing? Tight fit on them pins. One started, the other one comes outside. Yeah, it just isn't quite square anymore. It's a little bit off. I hate to say it, but it's going to have to be kind of forced on there. But how? Like that maybe? And then it just pops the other side off. I got it. Okay. Why are you not lining up? So I gotta jack the engine up. I thought I had that jacked up. Okay. Those should go through now. Like a so. I don't remember where these here. That's a 5/8 washer. I don't see another 3/4 inch washer for that. I just don't see it. That'll be okay. I might have. Let me go look. I think I got one. Well, it'll quite a bit bigger washer, but it'll work. Better than nothing. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. So do I need to, I'm just making sure before I tighten those two up that I don't have something else that I'm going to have to line up and mess around with. That should support the back of the engine once I get that all tightened up. Well, I mean, I can let my jack off. I can have my jack back. That'll be nice. Somebody stuck like bolts on here and nuts on here with different sizes on them. So I got to get 1 1/4 inches. Very smooth, was it? Okay, now we can let off on this. Oh, come on, man. I'm all the time here. All right. Put the bumper on it now, which is really fun. The bolts are really hard to get to on it. And then the fuel tank. Pretty heavy duty little bumper right here. Let's see what's the top, what's the bottom. I got it upside down. There. Like this here. I think. No. I had it the right way. Yeah, I had it the right way the first time. Okay. I think, yeah, I should have grabbed some bolts while I was here. That ain't gonna stay there, is it? Well, that sucks. Now I gotta hook it up twice. These will go in the bottom. She shouldn't be able to go anywhere. Well, I'll be back with you when we're bolting the fuel tank on. Get on there now. Go on now, get on there. Get out of here, you son of a bitch. Come on. Kill you dead. Where's that hook at? Okay. So when I tore this thing apart, there was not any bolts in here. So I'm going to find some bolts and bolt it down appropriately now. That's just not good when you have stuff like that. Yeah, let's just drive it up the... we'll just go down the hill and turn around down there at mile marker 12 and come back. See how it does. Sure we don't got any leaks. There was a okay. Park brake is on, I think. No, it's not. I won't grade the road because I'll probably screw it up. I am not, you know, it's one thing when you're on your own ground doing some grader work, trying to practice and get a little better, but just me, or is this thing really articulated? It is, isn't it? Yeah, it's like really articulated. Okay, so where do you control the articulation at? Get it straight. Frame steer. Would that be? Hang on a second. There we go. She's straight now, I think. That looks a lot better. Oh, that's about the best place I could think of ever being, just being on top of a mountain somewhere by yourself. I'm a little different, I guess. Nobody's bothering you. Well, I'm about to run out of battery in this camera. I'll be back with you when I get back up to the top of the hill, and well, maybe down here at the bottom where I can show you if it's leaking or not. Hopefully not. Well, let's see what we got. dry as can be there. Transmission is dry, or not the transmission, but the drive. You can see it from this side real good before. Okay, well, we got her. I guess that's off. It's accessory, that's got to be off. Make sure there ain't no lights on in here that's gonna... Okay, well guys, we got her done.